The super cyclone that hit Odisha on October 29, 1999 is by far the most devastating one. Wind speed was more than 260 kilometers per hour. Over 10,000 people had lost their lives. 97 blocks of 14 districts are affected. More than 3 lakh livestock was lost. It destroyed power supply, communication and transport systems massively. Around 14,514 villages in 12 south and coastal districts were affected. Wind speed was 200 to 220 kilometers per hour. Approximately 44 people had lost their lives. Hudhud caused heavy to extremely heavy rainfall with strong gale winds leading to large-scale structural damage over North Andhra Pradesh and adjoining districts of South Odisha coast. 22 people were killed and over 248,000 people in 320 villages were affected. Cyclone Titli triggered heavy to very heavy rainfall in coastal areas. Over 60 persons were killed by Titli and the subsequent flooding and landslides. Wind speed was 160 to 190 kilometers per hour. The extremely severe cyclonic storm Fani hit Odisha coast in Puri on May 3, 2019. Wind speed was 180 to 205 kilometers per hour. The extent of damage due to Fani was estimated to be over 11,942 crore rupees. According to government sources, Fani had killed 64 people and affected 140,000 hectare crop area. The cyclone caused massive destruction to forests and environment. It was the second cyclone in 2019. Though it made landfall near Sagar Island in West Bengal as a very severe cyclonic storm on November 9. It caused extensive damage to agriculture in Odisha. Cyclone Amphan barreled along the Odisha coast before making landfall near Sundarbans in West Bengal. It had affected at least 44.45 lakh people in 9,833 villages and 22 urban bodies. Cyclone Yas made a landfall on May 26, 2021 in Odisha at Damara and south of Haldia in West Bengal. Around 60 lakh people in 11,000 villages were affected while the natural disaster caused loss to the tune of 610 crore rupees. The system had crossed coasts between Kalingapatnam and Gopalpur. It was a tropical cyclone and was named by Pakistan. It affected coastal areas of South Odisha and North Andhra Pradesh. Odisha was spared from the wrath of Cyclone Jawad after it weakened before striking the coast. The coastal districts of Odisha received heavy rainfall as the remnants of Cyclone Jawad reached Puri coast before taking a recurve in north-northeast direction and reaching Paradip. With political instability and natural disasters in between 1995 to 2000, Odisha was looking for a way out of the situation. The state witnessed a political vacuum when Odisha's mass leader Biju Patnaik passed away in 1997. The 1999 super cyclone had devastated the state beyond imagination. The government then was unable to handle the situation. People were in search of a leader. In the assembly election of 2000, people voted the party BJD to power and Naveen became the CM of Odisha for the first time. Naveen started planning on how to deal with the cyclone in the future as well as fixing the situation in the state. OSDMA was the first disaster management authority center established in India. It is working with different stakeholders for sustainable development practices that would reduce disaster risk and increase the well-being and safety of people. OSDMA built 879 cyclone shelters and created 92,000 volunteers to cover the state's 480 kilometers long coastline at the time of cyclone. In May 2021, Cyclone Yash has become more challenging because of COVID-19 pandemic. Naveen initiated Mission Zero Casualty, no person to be left behind in low-lying areas and Kutcha houses during cyclone. He asked the collectors to make alternative arrangement for uninterrupted power and drinking water supply to all COVID hospitals and COVID care centers in areas that are likely to be hit by cyclone. Naveen held a high-level preparatory meeting attended by top officials, collectors and superintendents of police. Naveen directed the officials to ensure that the service team with machinery are posted at all vulnerable places for quick response. According to order, 66 ODRAF Team, 22 NDRF Team, 35 Special Tree Cutting Teams, 177 Fire Service Team are deployed in all cyclone-affected areas. Mr. Patnaik emphasized on evacuation of people from affected areas and instructed officials that supply of oxygen within and outside states should not be disturbed. While Prime Minister Narendra Modi reviewed the damage caused in the state by Cyclone Yash, Odisha did not ask for any immediate financial assistance to manage the situation. Naveen said the state would manage the crisis on its own without burdening the center in view of the pandemic. The United Nations had praised the Odisha CM's command and strategy of disaster management during Cyclone Phelan in 2013. Odisha had developed a robust world-class disaster management procedure. Mami Mistori, the Assistant Secretary General for Disaster Risk Reduction, again praised CM Naveen Patnaik for saving lives during Cyclone Yash. Amul in its iconic advertisement series has praised Odisha government for evacuating more than 10 lakh people to safety before Cyclone Fani. Odisha has certainly turned out to be the best in cyclone disaster management.